Oh, hi folks, I'm Mike, and welcome to my channel. If you've seen any of my videos, then you know it's all about Pinewood Derby racing. In today's video, I'm going to test a few of the tools that you can find at the Cub Scout store. So stay with me, you might find this helpful. You might remember I mentioned a few videos ago that I plan on testing these tools that you can pick up at the Boy Scout store. Now these tools are designed to improve Pinewood Derby wheels. They're designed to remove both radial and lateral runout and to cone the inner and outer hub. Now initially the plan was to compare a set of wheels that I use these tools on with a set of basics wheels that I cut on my lathe for the basics class at APR. But then I realized that would not be a fair comparison because the basics wheels that I cut all weigh less than 2.4 grams, and I doubt very seriously using these tools I'm going to be able to get the wheels light enough. So I've decided to start with these tools and a light set of wheels and machine them. Then I'll find a heavy set of wheels and use my lathe and slowly machine the wheels down to the same weight. And for the sake of this comparison, I plan on using the same car with the same axles. So here we go. So here's the set of wheels I'll be using the tools on, and here's the set of wheels I'll be machining on my lathe. You may notice that each set only has 3 wheels. Again, in an effort to eliminate all the variables, I'm going to build a 3-wheel car, and both sets of wheels will be using the same raised wheel. Now with these tools, the first thing I'll do is remove the lateral runout. I'll continue shaving the wheel until the tool makes contact with the wheel for one complete revolution. Next, I'll remove the lateral runout. I'll turn the tool and the wheel so that the tooling makes contact with the edge of the wheel. Now I'm going to make sure that the inner edge here is very sharp on the rear wheels and the outer edge is very sharp on the dominant front wheel. One thing I've noticed using these tools is that the edge is a little bit rougher than I'm accustomed to when I use my lathe. So I'm going to go ahead and polish the treads and the hubs with a plastic polish until I can make them shine. Now let's weigh them. Okay, so let's move on to the heavy set of wheels. Now I mentioned earlier I'm starting with the heavy set of wheels because I think it's going to be really easy after I remove the radial and lateral runout and cone the hubs. If the wheel is still heavy, I think it'll be pretty easy for me to remove that additional weight with my lathe to get the weight down to the same as the other set of wheels. So you can see here I'm removing the radial runout. Here I'm going to remove the lateral runout, and here I'm coning the inner and outer hubs. Now again, while it's on my lathe, I'm going to go ahead and polish the treads and both hubs with a plastic polish, just as I did the other set of wheels. Okay, so let's weigh them. Now you can see that these wheels are still just a little heavy, so I'm going to remove a little weight from the inside of the wheel on my lathe. Okay, I think that's close enough. If anything, the lathe wheel is just a hair heavier. I doubt that that difference would register more than 1/10,000th of a second on my timer. So now that we've polished the treads and hubs on both sets of wheels, I'll be polishing the bores and prepping all the wheels for oil. Now I won't be showing all that, but I do have a separate video, I think my wheel and axle prep video, that goes over all those details if you want to watch that. Okay, so with both sets of wheels prepped, I've installed the first set of wheels on the car. And again, because I'm trying to eliminate all the variables, I'm going to set the steer to exactly 4 inches on my tuning board, and I'm going to be marking the exact location of the axles and making sure I have 14 to 15 grams on the dominant front wheel. Now this weight placement is not going to change. I don't have to move that at all. And when I reassemble with the next set of wheels, I'll make sure that the axles are reinstalled in exactly the same location, and I'll make sure that this car has exactly 4 inches of steer on it. Now, although I could probably find some speed by tuning the back axles, by tuning the weight and tuning the steer, that's not my objective here. I want to make sure that I'm testing just the wheels. So let's test this first set of wheels. So I've decided for the purpose of this test, each set of wheels will get a total of 4 passes, and each pass will be in the same exact lane. So if for some reason the car wiggles on any pass at all, I'm going to disregard the results of that and give it another pass. And if it continues to wiggle, then I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to add some more steer to it, and I'm going to start the test all over. Okay, so here we go. Pass 1. Pass 2. Pass 3. And pass 4. So I've got to be honest with you, those results are better than I thought they'd be. And you know, initially I wanted to do 4 passes and then average the time. But the truth is, when you're using oil, it takes a couple passes for the oil to distribute properly. I'd imagine if I ran it 3 or 4 more times, they would all be 58s also, unless I changed something. Okay, time to move on to the black wheels. So I'm going to handle things exactly like I did on the green wheels. 4 passes. I'm not going to average it out. Just take the last pass and go from there. So here we go. Pass 1. Pass 2. Pass 3. And pass 4. 49 and 49. Ran the same its last 2 passes also. So I'm not surprised that the lathe wheels perform better, but I've got to be honest, the wheel shaver performed better than I thought it would. But you can't just shave the wheels and then put them on the car immediately. It's no different than when I lathe my wheels. Well, that's just the beginning. But then you have to polish the treads and hubs and make them shine. Now, although I didn't show it, I probably had about an hour in each wheel when I used that shaver. And there's a couple things that probably should be mentioned. If you were not permitted to machine wheels, you probably wouldn't be allowed to use this tool. I feel as though these wheels have been machined. So that's something you'll have to confirm. Now, the other thing I should mention is cost. These tools set me back about 60 bucks. If you've got a few boys that are just entering scouts and they're gonna be racing for a few years, this might be a good investment. But if you've got one race and you're done, you might consider buying some machined wheels from a vendor. I think a set of basics wheels will probably set you back 20 or 25 bucks. So folks, thanks again for watching my video. If you've enjoyed my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Those things help me out a bunch. And good luck to everyone in their next race. We'll see you on the next one.